Hi everyone. I'm Mumu from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you the crocheting method for the Imperial Peony blanket from Chinese Aesthetics series. This blanket is divided into motifs, sewing together and edging. First, crochet the motifs, then sew the motifs together. Finally, crochet the edging. Let's start with the motifs. It's divided into Motif 1, Motif 2 and Motif 3. Motif 1 has two color schemes with similar crochet techniques. Both use the magic ring method. First, crochet in rounds counterclockwise. During the crocheting process, you'll need to make pistils, petals and large leaves, and connect them as you go. Several crochet stitches will be applicated. The chart has all the markings, so I won't list them one by one here. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crocheting method. First, crochet motif 1 with color scheme 1. Take the corresponding yarn. The swatch is made larger for clarity. I'm using cotton yarn for demonstration. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Start with an adjustable magic ring. After that, crochet the first round. Make one chain stitch as the turning chain for single crochet. It doesn't count as one stitch. Then work 6 single crochets into the magic ring loop. After that, close the magic ring. Finally, on the first single crochet stitch, work 1 slip stitch. If you can't find the position here, you can count the stitches from back to front. It's this big braid. The joining slip stitch at the end of the round doesn't count as one stitch. Tighten it to avoid extra stitches later. The first round is complete. We'll take the side with clearer texture of this round as the right side of the whole piece. Next round requires color change. Cut the yarn here. Secure with a chain stitch. Stretch the loop. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail and cut off. Pull tight. Move on to crochet round 2. Take the corresponding yarn. Swatch colors are random. You can make a knot. Find the stitch where the yarn tail from the previous round is located. That is, the braid at the slip stitch position. Take a look. The stitch looks like this with 2 strands. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The other one is the back loop. We pick the stitch at the slip stitch position. Join yarn at the back loop. Pull through the loop. Adjust it a bit. Joining the yarn is done. All subsequent yarn joins can follow this method. Work at the corresponding position. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Join yarn and make a single crochet increase in the same stitch. That is, work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Here you can weave in the yarn tail together. Pay attention not to cover the remaining front loops. Single crochet increase completed. Continue to pick the back loop of the stitch on the left, and make a single crochet increase. After completing, continue to pick the back loops like this. Correspondingly make single crochet increases. Complete this round. Make 1 slip stitch into the starting stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Trim off any remaining yarn tails. Round 2 is completed. Continue to crochet round 3. At the slip stitch position from the previous round. Pick the corresponding back loop to join yarn. The stitch at the slip stitch position is smaller here. Pay attention not to pick the wrong position. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Convenient for weaving in the yarn tail. Bring the yarn tail along together. Work a single crochet increase into the adjacent back loop. Continue picking the back loops downward. Alternate crocheting single crochets and single crochet increases. Complete this round. Join with a slip stitch, and cut the yarn at the starting stitch. The third round is complete. Next is the fourth round. The crochet method is similar to round 2. Pick the corresponding back loops and crochet in rounds. Skip 2 single crochets here. Work a single crochet increase. Cut the yarn at the ending as well. Everyone refer to the pattern chart to complete it. You can see horizontal lines forming on the right side of the fabric. This is the remaining front loop. Now I'll demonstrate the 5th round. Join the yarn in the back loop of the slip stitch join spot from the previous round. Chain 2 as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet. Corresponds to the half loop below. Work a half double crochet increase on the left side back loop, which means work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Half double crochet increase is completed. Work 1 half double crochet in the adjacent back loop. Continue picking the back loops below. Alternate half double crochet increases and half double crochets. Complete this round. After completing the last half double crochet increase, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Note, find the second chain stitch from bottom to top. Insert hook to pick up these 2 strands and crochet. There's still 1 half loop remaining in front of the chain stitch. Cut the yarn. Fifth round completed. Continue to crochet the 6th round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch join spot from the previous round. Pick up these 2 strands only. Chain 3 as the beginning chain for double crochet. Counts as 1 double crochet. Work another double crochet in the same stitch. Forms a special double crochet 2 in 1. Continue on the left side, pick the back loop to correspondingly make 2 double crochets. Note, this stitch on the left side is slightly puckered. Don't miss it. Continue with a double crochet increase. That is, work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Similarly, pick the back loop to crocheting. Double crochet 2 in 1 is completed. Continue to correspondingly make 2 double crochets. One double crochet increase. You can see. Here skip 2 stitches and work even double crochets. Work 1 double crochet increase. We call this increase 1 stitch every 2. Crochet the entire round following this pattern. Finish with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Pick the top chain stitch here. Crochet with both strands of yarn in the same stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. Round 6 is completed. Move on to round 7. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Chain 3 as beginning chains. Continue to pick the back loop, and correspondingly make 1 double crochet. Double crochet 2 in 1. Complete this round following the pattern of increasing 1 stitch every 2. Finish with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Don't cut the yarn. The 7th round is completed. Continue to crochet round 8. Make 3 beginning chains. Correspond to the beginning chain below. Start from the back loop on the left side. Correspondingly make 6 double crochets. Complete and make a double crochet 2 in 1. Complete this round following the pattern of increasing 1 stitch every 7. Finish with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. The 8th round is completed. For rounds 9, 10 later. The crochet method is similar to these rounds. Pick up the back loop of the previous round, and correspondingly make double crochets, and increase stitches according to the pattern. Note, don't cut the yarn at the end of round 9. Color 1, cut the yarn at the end of round 10. Color 2, don't cut the yarn throughout. Every one, refer to the form to complete it. After completing round 10, you can measure the dimensions. Put together with the size provided in the pattern. If there's a significant difference, adjust your tension and recrochet. To avoid affecting the finished product size, continue measuring dimensions while crocheting the edges. Move on to round 11. For color 1, rejoin the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. For color 2, continue crocheting with the existing yarn. Make 3 beginning chains. Then pick the back loop and correspondingly make 12 double crochets. After completing, consider the crocheted stitches as one side of this round. Continue with 2 chain stitches as the corner. Next, crochet the next side. Pay attention, the first and last stitch of adjacent sides should be worked into the same back loop. Crochet 13 double crochets. Complete the second side. Following this technique for corners and sides. Follow the chart to complete this round. For the last side, finish the double crochet at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Then make 1 chain stitch. Join with a single crochet in the starting chain stitch. Round 11 is completed. Stretch the loop and pause crocheting. Next, crochet round 12, which is the first layer of pistils. Locate the remaining front loops from the first round. There are 6 remaining front loops here. You can join the yarn at any front loop. In the swatch, join the yarn at the front loop of the slip stitch position. Pay attention to pick up the half loop from inside out. Then crochet 4 chain stitches. Return and start from the second to last chain stitch. Pick up the top loop of the chain. Correspondingly make 3 slip stitches. Oval-shaped slip stitches do not need to be pulled tight. After completing, work 1 slip stitch on the next front loop. Work 1 slip stitch. The yarn tails can be fastened off together. Gently tighten. We will consider the crocheted stitches as 1 pistil for this round. Continue to crochet the second pistil. First crochet 4 chain stitches. Start from the second to last stitch. Pick up the half loop and correspondingly make 3 slip stitches. Slip stitch on the next front loop. The second pistil is completed. Continue crocheting the remaining pistils. The last slip stitch of the final pistil should be worked at the joining position. Cut the yarn. The yarn tail can be tucked to the wrong side. Weave it in along the texture. You can weave in a few more stitches. Trim excess tail. Round 12 is completed. Continue to crochet round 13. Join the yarn on the remaining front loop of round 2. Then chain 5. Return and start from the second stitch from your hook. Insert the hook into the top half loop and correspondingly make 4 slip stitches. Then slip stitch on the next front loop. The first pistil is completed. Complete the remaining pistils using the same method. The final slip stitch for the last pistil. Work into the joining position. Cut the yarn after completing. Weave in the yarn tails. Round 13 is completed. For round 14, pick up the remaining half stitch from round 3. Continue crocheting the pistils. Only the stitch count and number differ from before. Everyone refer to the previous demonstration. Refer to the chart to complete it. This concludes the explanation for the pistil section. Now work round 15. This is the first layer of petals. Here we use the Afghan stitch to crochet the petals. Find the remaining front loop from round 4. Join the yarn on the front loop at the slip stitch position. Here color scheme 1 uses the same color yarn as the following sections. You can take a new skein, or take yarn from the other end of the skein. First chain 5. Make these chains slightly loose. Now start the first row of the first petal. Note that each back and forth in the Afghan stitch counts as one row. Each row consists of knit stitches, or picking up stitches on the forward pass, and slip stitches on the return pass. Here the loop on your hook counts as one stitch, corresponding to the last chain. Find the second to last chain. Pick up the back loop on the wrong side. That's one strand of carried yarn. Work one knit stitch. Insert. Pull through. There's an extra loop on your hook. That's the picked up knit stitch. Continue picking up the back loop of the adjacent chain on the left side. Pull the yarn through. That's the second stitch. Repeat this process. Keep going. Don't twist the chains here. Three stitches. Now at the first chain space, pick the back loop and work the stitch. 4 stitches. Next at the joining position, crochet 1 knit stitch. 5 stitches. Plus the starting stitch. There are 6 loops on your hook. This matches the number of knit and purl stitches in the chart. The knit stitches for the first row forward are completed. Start working back and forth for the decrease stitches. The first stitch needs to decrease 2 stitches into 1. Yarn over. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. This decrease of 2 stitches into 1 is done. Next, work the decrease stitch. Yarn over. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. Repeat this process. Yarn over one after another. Pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Work until only 1 loop remains on the hook. Including the initial decrease of 2 stitches into 1. Total 5 decreases completed. The return row decrease work is finished. This is what the first row looks like when completed. 5 vertical lines formed on the right side. The slanted line on the left side is created by the decreases. The loop on the hook corresponds to the rightmost vertical line. Continue crocheting the second row of petals. Take a look. Above the vertical lines of the first row, there is 1 strand of carried yarn. This is the back bump formed by the decrease chain. On these 4 back bumps, pick up 4 stitches. It's hard to find the starting position here. You can loosen it first with the hook. This is picking up stitches from the back bumps of the decrease chain. After completing, pick up 1 stitch from the front loop of the adjacent stitch on the left side. Pick up 1 stitch. Then decrease by crocheting back. For the first stitch, work a decrease by crocheting 2 stitches together. Yarn over, draw the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. Gently tighten. Continue crocheting decreases. Yarn over one after another. Pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Continue until you finish this row. One loop remains. Look here. The second round of the petal is completed. Continue to crochet the third round of the petal. Chain 1 first. The loop on the hook corresponds to this chain stitch. Then pick up the back bump of the decrease chain stitch corresponding to the vertical line from the previous row. Pick up 5 stitches. After completing, pick up a stitch on the second front loop of the fourth round. Begin to crochet 2 stitches together for the decrease. Then crochet the decreases one by one. The third round is completed. Move on to the fourth round. Pick up stitches on the back bump of the decrease chain stitch. Pay attention, the first stitch starts from the second vertical line, from the right on the previous row. Pick up on the corresponding back bump. Don't miss it. After completing, pick up a stitch on the third front loop of the fourth round. Check the stitch count by referring to the chart. Continue crocheting 2 stitches together for the decrease. Then crochet the decreases to complete this row. The fourth round is completed. When counting rows, you can count these textures. Now crochet the fifth round. Start by picking up the back bump and working 1 slip stitch. Continue picking up stitches on the back bump. Then pick up a stitch on the third front loop of the fourth round. Check the number of loops. Work back and forth for 1 row. The crochet method for the returning row of petals is identical. Further details will not be explained later. The fifth round is completed. Now crochet the sixth round. Start by picking up stitches on the back bump. After completing, pick up a stitch on the fourth front loop of the fourth round. Then return to crochet. The sixth round is completed. Finally, work the seventh round. Pick up the back bump and work a slip stitch. After completing 4 slip stitches, 1 loop remains. Work another slip stitch on the 4th front loop of the 4th round underneath. The 7th round is completed. Finally, on the adjacent front loop on the left side, work 1 slip stitch as a transition. Gently tighten. The first petal is done. As you can see, excluding the last slip stitch, 1 petal covers 4 front loops. Let me demonstrate another petal. First, chain 5. Starting from the second to last chain, pick up the back bump and work 4 knit stitches forward. Then, from the same front loop underneath, pick up 1 stitch. Then work back and forth. Yarn over one after another, pull through the 2 loops on the hook. Continue until only 1 loop remains on the hook. Row 1 is complete. Move on to row 2. Pick up stitches from the back bump of the previous row. Finally, pick up 1 stitch from the adjacent front loop on the left side. Then work back and forth. Row 2 is complete. Start row 3 with 1 chain stitch. Pick up stitches from the back bump. Pick up 1 stitch on the same front loop of the 4th round. Then work back and forth. Row 3 is complete. Row 4 uses a similar technique to row 2. Proceed to the ending by picking up a stitch from the next front loop of the 4th round. Then work back and forth. Row 4 is complete. Start row 5 by picking up the back bump and working 1 slip stitch. Then pick up stitches. After completing, pick up a stitch on the same front loop of the fourth round. Then work back and forth. Row 5 is complete. Row 6 follows normal, picking up and decreasing stitches. Row 6 is complete. For the last row, pick up the back bump and match with a slip stitch. After completing the back bump, slip stitch on the same front loop of the fourth round. Finally, slip stitch on the adjacent front loop as a transition. The second petal is completed. Excluding the final slip stitch, it also occupies 4 stitches. Continue downward using this method. Complete the remaining 4 petals. For the last petal, finish with a slip stitch. Slip stitch at the joining position where the first petal began. Cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tails. The first layer of petals is completed. Round 15 is also explained. Move on to round 16. Locate the remaining front loops from round 5. Pay attention, the 2 layers of petals should be staggered. Refer to the chart. 1 petal in the second layer occupies 6 front loops. Starting from the seam of the previous layer petals. Move to the right and join the yarn at the third front loop. The exact joining position can be adjusted according to your preference. Just ensure the petals are staggered for overall aesthetics. The swatch starts on the right side of the beginning chain. Join the yarn at the third front loop. First, make 5 chains. Then work row 1. Start from the second to last stitch. Pick up the front loop and knit stitch. Also pick up 1 stitch at the joining position. Complete and turn to crochet. Pay attention, The beginning is a decrease of 2 stitches into 1. The method is identical to the turning row of the first layer petals. Yarn over one after another, pass through the first 2 loops, leaving only 1 loop remaining. Row 1 completed. Continue to crochet row 2. Pick up stitches normally. At the ending, pick up the adjacent front loop. Then turn. Row 2 completed. Start row 3 with a chain stitch. Then pick up stitches on the inside ridge. On the 5th round, pick up stitches on the front loop. Then turn. Row 3 completed. For row 4, simply pick up stitches and turn. Start row 5 by picking up the inside ridge with a slip stitch. Then pick up stitches. Finally turn. Row 5 completed. Start row 6 with a chain stitch. Then pick up stitches. When reaching the 5th round position, the insertion point is the beginning chain. Here you can pick up the slip stitch spot at the beginning chain. Pick up the remaining front loop ahead. Or you can pick up at this beginning chain position. Pick up the convenient strand for insertion. To pick up stitches, everyone choose according to your own situation, just pick up the suitable strand. When encountering the beginning chain position for picking up stitches or joining yarn later, you can follow this method. Then pull out the hook. Row 6 is complete. For rows 7 to 10 later. The technique has been demonstrated earlier. Pay attention at the end of row 8. Work into the front loop on the left side of the beginning chain. The stitches here are a bit puckered. Don't miss this strand. Refer to the chart to complete it. The last slip stitch at the end of row 10. Work into the front loop of round 5. Finally slip stitch into the adjacent half stitch as a transition. Refer to the chart to complete it. The first petal is done. You can see it creates a staggered effect with the first layer of petals. Crochet the remaining petals in this layer using the same method. Pay attention to the last slip stitch at the end of the final petal. Work into the joining position where you started, then cut the yarn and weave in the ends. Complete it as instructed. That completes round 16. Rounds 17 to 21. Continue crocheting petals in rounds, using a similar method to the previous 2 rounds of petals. Note that the third layer has 8 petals. You can join the yarn at any position to stagger with the second layer of petals. To ensure the final round of petals aligns with the corresponding positions later. For this layer, start crocheting from the third stitch on either side of the beginning chain. Join the yarn and begin crocheting from the third stitch on either side of the beginning chain. In the final round, one petal's middle should correspond to the slip stitch position of round 10. This creates the staggered effect between layers. Once the petals are done, weave in the yarn tails along the texture of the wrong side, refer to the chart, and follow the previous demonstration to complete these rounds. Next, let's learn how to make large leaves. Join the yarn at the corner position of round 22. Crochet from right to left. Pay attention to the alternating distribution of two color schemes. Refer to the chart for specific color scheme positions, or determine according to your preference. Watch my demonstration of the crocheting method. First, crochet row 1. Take the corresponding yarn at the corner position of round 22. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side with a slip stitch. Chain 11. Return and start from the second to last stitch. Pick up the front loop above and make 10 single crochets correspondingly. After completing, find the slip stitch on the left side. Pick up the braid above and slip stitch. That is, these two strands of yarn. Pull tight. Chain 13 more. Return and start from the second to last stitch. Pick up the front loop above and make a single crochet correspondingly. After completing, slip stitch in the braid formed by the same slip stitch below. Slip stitch once more in the chain space on the left side. This is at the ending position. Insert into the chain space formed below the connected single crochet. Slip stitch to finish. Chain 11 more. Return and start from the second to last stitch, make single crochets correspondingly. After completing, slip stitch in the same chain space. Cut the yarn. Row 1 is complete. Continue to crochet row 2. Join yarn at the joining position of row 1 on the right side. Make one beginning chain to start. Pick up the placement for the single crochet at the beginning. Make one single crochet correspondingly. That is, pick up the other two strands of the chain. Continue inserting into such placement of stitches. Make 1 half double crochet correspondingly. 6 double crochets. Two half double crochets. At the pointed shape position, pick up the 2 strands of the chain, make 2 single crochets. This is the stitch of the first single crochet. Pick up the 2 strands of this chain on the right side. Move on to make a Ch1 picket. First make 1 chain stitch. Insert the hook into the front loop of the next stitch and the strand on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. The Ch1 picket is completed, later referred to as 1 picket. Below at the same insertion point, make 1 single crochet. Then pick up stitches to crochet symmetrical stitches to the right side. Once done, we'll consider this section as 1 leaf. Continue with the middle leaf. On the middle chain, insert into the single crochet insertion point to crochet the corresponding stitch. At the pointed shape, pick up 2 strands to make 2 single crochets. One picket. First work 1 chain stitch. Pick up the front loop of the next stitch and 1 strand on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. 1 picket completed. Below at the same insertion point, make 1 single crochet. Pick up stitches on the left side to crochet symmetrical stitches to the right side. After completing, at this last chain stitch position, crochet the leaf according to the starting method here. After completing, slip stitch into the chain space below. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail along the texture. This way, one large leaf is completed. For the remaining large leaves, follow the same method. At such corner positions, pick up the chain spaces and the V-shaped loop of the slip stitch to crochet correspondingly. Pay attention to the alternating color schemes. Complete them all. This concludes the explanation for the large leaves. Next, crochet round 23. Continue from the ending yarn of round 22. First, make 3 beginning chains. Then, refer to the chart to crochet double crochets and chains. Crochet all the way down the edge position of the previous round. Work 1 double crochet into the chain space to the right of the corner on the previous round. Consider the crocheted stitches as the edge of this round. View them as the edge of this round. Continue with 2 chains as the corner. Simply place the large leaves in front. Continue with this edge and corner technique. Complete this round. The sample omits some large leaves here. Pay attention to your actual project as the reference. Note that the double crochets at the beginning and ending of the edge are worked into the corresponding chain spaces. After completing the last edge, chain 1. Join with a single crochet in the beginning chain. Round 23 is complete. For rounds 24 to 27, follow the pattern chart crocheting in rounds. Each round ends with a single crochet join. Pay attention to positions where there's a transition chain after the beginning chain. When making the ending single crochet, insert the hook into the third chain from the bottom. Complete it by referring to the chart. Now I'll demonstrate round 28, using a swatch. This swatch has fewer large leaves, mainly demonstrating the method. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the beginning chain on the left side. Chain 5. Skip these 2 chain spaces. Correspondingly make 4 double crochets in the consecutive double crochets. When working the third double crochet, pay attention. At the top of the first row, on the wrong side of the left leaf of the large leaf, Pick up one strand of yarn, insert the hook into the stitch and work together. Connect this leaf. Continue to complete the 4th double crochet. Chain 5. Next consecutive double crochet position. Work 1 double crochet first. Next double crochet. Insert into the left large leaf first. 1 strand at the tip of the first row, on the wrong side of the right leaf. Be mindful not to leave visible strands when picking up. Then insert into the corresponding stitch and work together. Continue to work 2 double crochets correspondingly. Chain 5. Work 1 double crochet on the left side double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in the chain space. We consider the crocheted stitches as one side of this round. Continue with 2 chain stitches as the corner. Complete this round following this edge and corner technique. Pay attention to the edge position when working the corresponding double crochets. Join the corresponding leaf. Note that the longer leaf in the middle remains unjoined for now. Finish this round. Finally, work a single crochet in the turning chain to join. Round 28 is completed. Now work round 29. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Work 1 double crochet on the left side turning chain. Next, pick up the stitch and chain space correspondingly to work double crochets. Work 5 double crochets in the chain space here. Work 1 double crochet in the corner space of the previous round. Consider the already crocheted stitches as the edge of this round. Work 1 corner. First work 1 chain stitch, then at the tip of the middle leaf of the large leaf. Pick up 2 strands on the wrong side and slip stitch. Then work 1 chain stitch. This completes one corner and joins the middle leaf of the large leaf. Continue to refer to the chart. Follow this method for the edges and corners. Complete this round. After the last leaf is connected, work a single crochet to join on the starting chain stitch. Round 29 is completed. Next is round 30. Continue to refer to the chart and crochet in rounds. Pay attention to the corner position of round 29. Insert the hook into the chain spaces on both sides of the corner of the previous round. Complete it, everyone. Now I'll demonstrate round 31. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet on the left side starting chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the stitch. Work 3 double crochets in the chain space. Work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the left chain space. Double crochet decrease. First make 2 incomplete double crochets correspondingly. Yarn over, insert into the same hole. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. First stitch completed. Continue to crochet the second stitch. Yarn over, insert into the adjacent stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Second stitch completed. Yarn over and draw through in once. The double crochet decrease is done. Make 2 double crochets in the next chain space. One double crochet decrease. Pick up the chain space and the left stitch. Correspondingly make 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw through in once. That completes the double crochet decrease. Continue to follow the pattern chart. At the corners 2 chain space. Make 1 double crochet. Consider the crocheted stitches as the edge of this round. Continue with 2 chains as the corner. Follow this edge and corner technique to complete the round. Finish with a single crochet to join. Round 31 is completed. Next is round 32. Correspondingly make double crochets at the edge positions. Make 1 double crochet at the corner position of round 31, 2 chains, and 1 double crochet. Join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Join the yarn in the chain space for the final round. Follow the method of round 32 to crochet. Similarly, cut the yarn at the end. Consider the 2 chains at the corner as the motif's corner. The double crochets between corners as the sides. Refer to the chart to complete these 2 rounds. This completes motif 1 in color scheme 1. Another color scheme for motif 1. The technique is similar. Pay attention to the different petal colors. The size of motif 1 should be roughly identical. Refer to the color chart and follow the previous demonstration to complete it. This completes motif 1. Next, learn Motif 2. There are 2 color schemes, both using the magic ring method. Crocheting in rounds counterclockwise. You'll need to crochet petals during the process. 3 small leaves, and secure them in place. The crochet method for the first 8 rounds is similar to the beginning section of Motif 1. At the end of round 1, don't cut the yarn. For round 2, pick up stitches. Rounds 3-5, work into the back loop of the previous round correspondingly. Pause crocheting after completion. For rounds 6-8 afterward, pick up the remaining front loops from previous rounds to crochet petals. The crochet method is similar to the petals of Motif 1. Pay attention to staggering the positions between the 2 layers of petals. Refer to the chart. Follow the previous demonstration to complete it. Later you'll need to crochet 3 small leaves and secure them while crocheting. Watch my demonstration of the specific crocheting method. Here I'll demonstrate using a swatch. No petals have been crocheted yet. Round 5 has been completed. Next, crochet 3 small leaves. First, make a beginning chain of 11 stitches. After completing it, crochet row 1. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Starting from the second stitch from your hook, pick up the half loop and correspondingly make 1 slip stitch. 1 single crochet. 1 half double crochet increase. 1 single crochet. 1 slip stitch. 7 chain stitches. Return and start from the second stitch from your hook. Pick up the half loop, and crochet the corresponding stitch technique. After finishing the chain space, next, make 1 slip stitch on the adjacent chain stitch of the beginning chain. Pick up this half loop. Remember to insert into the corner space of Motif 2 round 5 at the same time. Join with a slip stitch together. Continue on the adjacent chain stitch after completing. Correspondingly make 1 slip stitch. 1 single crochet. 1 HDC 2 in 1. 1 single crochet. 1 slip stitch. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Hide it on the wrong side. One 3-leaf small leaf is completed. The remaining 3 3-leaf small leaves. Crochet using the same method. At the middle slip stitch position, crochet together with the corner space of round 5. Achieve this effect. Complete it, everyone. This concludes the explanation for the 3-leaf small leaves. Next, crochet round 9. Continue from the ending yarn of round 5. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the space below. Mindful to keep the small leaves pressed to the side. Do not crochet into the small leaves, then work double crochets correspondingly. left chain space. Insert the hook on the right side of the small leaf, and make 2 double crochets. Consider the crocheted stitches as the edge of this round. Continue with 2 chains for the corner. Complete this round using the edge and corner method. Pay attention when starting the next side. Insert the hook on the left side of the small leaf to crochet. Press the small leaves to the front. Finish with a single crochet to join. The 9th round is completed. Next is the 10th round. The crochet method is similar to the 9th round. Refer to the chart to complete it. Here I demonstrate the 11th round. Start with 3 chains as the beginning chain. Make 1 double crochet in the chain space below. Correspondingly make 4 double crochets below. When crocheting the next double crochet, pay attention. First insert through 3 small leaves. The strand on the wrong side of the leaf tip on the left side. Pick up approximately 1-2 suitable strands here. Then insert into the corresponding stitch to crochet. This is the starting point for the small leaves. Don't pick the wrong leaf. There's no specific requirement for the picking up stitches position on the backside of the leaf. The leaf should fit properly with the fabric. Continue picking up stitches to correspondingly make double crochets. Crochet to the 5th stitch from the end on the previous round edge. Attach to the right leaf of the small leaf below. Pick up 1-2 suitable strands on the wrong side of the tip. Then insert into the stitch. Continue correspondingly making double crochets. Make 2 double crochets in the chain space. Complete one side of this round. Chain 1. On the wrong side of the middle leaf tip of the small leaf. Pick 1-2 suitable strands and finish with a slip stitch. Chain 1. Complete this corner, and secure the middle leaf well. Following this technique for edges and corners afterward. Complete this round. Note that edges should connect these two leaves. Corners connect to the middle leaf. Finally, slip stitch and cut the yarn. Round 11 completed. Continue to crochet round 12. On the right side of the yarn tail from the previous round, join yarn in the chain space to the left of the corner. Chain 1 to begin. Make 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Then work single crochets correspondingly. Make a single crochet in the chain space to the right of the next corner. Complete this side. Continue with 2 chains as the corner. Following this technique for edges and corners, complete this round. Join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Round 12 is complete. For the following rounds, continue to refer to the chart and join yarn to crochet. All rounds end with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. While crocheting the edge, compare it with one side of motif 1. The width should correspond roughly. We consider the 2 chain stitches at the corner of the final round as the corner of motif 2. The double crochets between them are considered as the sides. This completes one motif 2. For the remaining motif 2 pieces, follow the same method, and refer to the color chart to complete them. That concludes the explanation for motif 2.